Here we go.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, distinguished guests, welcome to the eagerly anticipated Tingle Dance Wedding. But the more eagerly anticipated Best Men speech. Now, there is a double celebration today, we'll get it out of the way early. Unfortunately, can't be with us, but I think you'll join me in wishing him a very, very, very happy birthday, 71 years old, to Vladimir Putin.
Happy birthday, dear Vlad. Happy birthday to you.
I hope you have a truly terrible day.
For those of you that don't know us, we are Tingle's Best Men. People know myself as Ubucko, or Bush, or Bush Pig, or Port de Lille, or Ledge, or Ankle, or Pig, or Scorpion. Or occasionally, on a Sunday, Gordon.
I'm just Tom. But there is method to Tingle's madness of choosing two of us today for this great honour of being best men. I am here to keep the speech flowing when he starts to stutter.
And I am here to translate for you all when he starts talking in a funny southern accent. Our first job is to echo the comments of both Harriet's dad and now husband, and bring particular attention to how stunning the bridesmaids, Harriet's sister, looks, and of course the most glamorous flower girls in the world, Francesca, Amelia and Annie. Today is of course mainly about one person, our beautiful bride Harriet, and I think you will all join us in saying how stunning she looks today. Before we get into the main body of the speech, we'd like to present Francesca with a gift that has been customised in a very Sam Tingle way. Francesca, you are officially in the Tingle clan, and I expect a family #GetTheBadging themed Christmas card.
Baby squad, you just don't know, no. There you go. Salemia. Having said all this, this moment right here is about one man. Our groom, the big guy, Mr. Sam Tingle. Woo! So being a gambling man, as most of you probably know, we thought we would bring the thrill of the bet right here to the wedding day. So we've created 3 speeches. And it's your choice, in front of everybody today, which one you want to hear.
Okay, Sam, decision time. Trap 1, trap 2, or trap 3? Which would you like to hear today? In the interest of fairness, we will reveal the losing picks. Trap 3. Oh God, he's in trouble.
So, as Bucko said, something that Sam's not accustomed to is revealing the losing bet. But speech 1 would have been ex-girlfriends, a lavish love life, the story of a player. Would have been a short one. Speech 2 would have been terrible texts, desperate DMs, the story of a wannabe player. However, it would appear the bookies have won. So, ladies and gents, you will find some gold envelopes amongst you all, and they are placed with the more responsible members of the winning party. It was hard pushed on tables 1 and 2 every. So, I invite you all to open the envelope and just remove the very first page.
Oh, they've done it very well.
Different pace.
Yeah.
They're good envelopes.
The very first photo.
And I invite you all to join us for Knowing Me, Knowing You, Sam Tingle. Aha! Picture 1 only, guys. Let's not ruin the fun. Picture 1 only. Amy Holden. I can see you've taken all of them out of the envelope straight away.
As the saying goes, a picture speaks 1,000 words, and therefore we've decided to illustrate our speech to some pictures of Sam's life through the ages. Please remove the gold envelope and one at a time when instructed to get them ready to view. You do not want to miss out. FOMO.
So we are straight into the action, and you can remove photo number 1 from the envelope, not the Knowing Me, Knowing You one, the next one. And we're going to take it all back to where it all began. Samuel David Tingle, born in Leicester on the 1st of May in, by all accounts, 1939, where I think we'll all agree it appears he endured a harrowing time as a World War II child evacuee. Now, Hazel was very quick to point out that Sam's love for food as a child, so we can only imagine the harrowing time you had during the time of national rationing. But of course, this was in fact Sam's very first day of school, way, way back in 1986. Shortly after, the miners' strikes. Ironic, really, that the country were fighting for their livelihoods. The most physical, the most hardened of men, and down the road, in little old Leicester, the country was simultaneously educating a young man to become totally and utterly inept at manual labour.
Moving into Sam's childhood now and his teenage years, he was interested in many sports. And it will come as no surprise at the top of that list was football and his beloved Leicester City. Once a fox, always a fox. Cut him open and he'd bleed blue and white. That wasn't until he took a sabbatical in 1986. Lynn, calm down. Save it for Monday. We've been kindly informed by Emily, Sam's sister, that in fact for a 3-year period, he was a die-hard Tottenham Hotspur fan.
Ricky McCulloch.
He was that die-hard, so much so that he would permanently use the Spurs towel, not only in the bathroom at home at Old Mill Road, but also on local swimming trips to Enderby and Hinckley, publicly declaring his love for the London-based football club. Oh my God. Just leave that one there.
Moving swiftly on. Now, some would leave you to believe that he was a talented kid, when in fact showed no promise whatsoever. And this would continue into teenage and adult early life. In fact, we have some sporting analysis from of Sam by someone very close to Sam's sporting career, and particularly his time as a centre-half in football. And I quote, this is from Rich Richards, by the way. Look at him. 23 years old, turns like a cruise liner. What a disgrace. That was Mick Tingle in circa 2003.
Cricket then became Sam's main sport, and among the thousands of runs he would tell you he had scored, all of which being boundaries, of course, due to his lack of ability to run a quick single. It was in fact a special all-star game that remains his greatest ever match. Ladies and gents, if you'd like to go to the golden envelopes and remove picture number 2. Very few people know that Sam was selected as part of a Coronation Street Guest 11, and we can only presume he decided to open in the batting dressed and styled as his favourite character, Deirdre Barlow. For those of you that haven't guessed it yet, Sam is in fact bottom row in the middle, Deirdre. I know, it's astonishing.
Honestly, never, ever, ever seen a man look like that.
Tony couldn't even guess when we were going through the photos.
I did ask Emily, didn't I, a few times.
Are you sure?
All available for download. So, moving on with that on your tables. Sam, as we all know, is a very family-orientated guy. And this was never demonstrated more than when the proper sort of mobile phones came out in the mid-90s. So Sam, the very caring son, he gave Hazel a tutorial on how to send text messages on the new devices. Not for safety reasons or to let Hazel know his whereabouts, but it was in fact to send breakfast orders down from his sweaty teenage bedroom straight down to Hazel in the kitchen. Now this is probably a good time to address the slight elephant in the room and the minor age gap between our married couple today. So, while Sam was sending his bacon and egg order via SMS, our beautiful bride Harriet was barely even old enough to own her own toy van. In fact, when Sam first visited Harriet, she chose to host it in the private of her own home, instead of here at her parents' beautiful house. Now, normally Harriet would jump at the chance to show off, obviously, this beautiful venue, but the uncertainty and, to be honest, the sheer embarrassment of the age gap was enough to her to tread very carefully in the early days. But it all worked out in the end, obviously, with beautiful Frankie, and let's be honest, Harriet now has someone far closer to her own age to talk to.
We now leave the teenage years and head to what can only be described as a major turning point in the life of Sam. University. It was finally time for him to flee the nest, head out into the big bad world and see if he could cut it with the rest.
Now, it must be celebrated that Sam did, in fact, come away with university with a first-class honours degree. Is that not correct? Well, don't ruin the story.
Your words. Never let the truth.
Just go with it. But this is not his proudest number from uni. Oh no. Sam's main number is way, way higher. And finally, here today, in front of everyone, we can get the real stories, the juicy gossip, and of course, the confirmation that we all need. A chance for his uni friends to stand up and give the nod of approval to all his stories, all his claims, and his achievements. So lads, let yourself known, give the crowd what they want. Turned up Bush.
The Carpo? No. Tush? No. Blake? Oh.
None of you are good. None of them have come.
Very tactical, Sam. Well played, well played. Luckily, we planned for this eventuality and thought it best to text Sam's uni mates and ask them for some stories and info on Sam's uni life. Are you cringing now? You should be. After a few awkward exchanges whereby we had to try and justify why they hadn't been invited to the stag of the wedding, they decided to finally help.
So apparently his sporting ambitions never really wavered, and he made the university sports team. Cricket, I hear you ask? No. Not cricket. Not even tennis. Another sport that Sam could have gone far in, according to only Sam. Although, bearing tennis in mind, it is only apparent now that the plausible link you have to tennis is the astounding racket you make when you're either pissed or sleeping.
And so, as the text messages gathered momentum, we hit the jackpot. I'd ask you now to look at picture 3 from your golden envelopes, which is a perfect backdrop for a text I'm about to read, and I quote: Sorry, Sam. He liked to think he was a ladies' man, but it was our cast-offs and sloppy seconds he fed off. When he did find a girl of his own, you wouldn't have known whether to date it or to take it for a walk on a lead. When it comes to nights of passion, however, Bucko, please, 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 in front of all of his friends and family, do not, under any circumstances, tell the story of Sam's role in the Food Olympic team and the famous night with a warm French baguette. We'll save that one for later.
So graduating from uni, let's move on quickly. Everyone's just had bread and oil. And heading back to his beloved Leicester, Sam then entered a period of his life that we have called the midlife crisis. There were texts, there were DMs, there were cheesy chat-up lines, all in the search of that special someone. There was even a bright green performance vehicle to woo the lady. It was clearly a troubled time for youngster. But during troubled times, you must remember one thing. And as demonstrated in your final picture in the golden envelope, if nobody else will love you, make sure you love yourself.
Awooga. Akaboos. It was during this time, however, that Sam's career really took off. And that moment came in August 2016. He was quite rightly offered his first major management role that would lead him to become the very successful businessman that he is today. At a fairly young age, he was given the opportunity to run a blue chip organisation that still trades incredibly successfully today and has left its marks in all corners of the world. He would oversee approximately 30 people at this time, and his main responsibilities including the oversight of leaked celebrity nudes, fake local deaths, the odd meal out. He, of course, was named chairman of the infamous Curry Club. Cheers, boys.
Sorry down this silence. It's awkward. So, ladies and gents, like Sam's inevitable performance later tonight, things must come to a swift end. But like a fine wine, I think everyone would agree that Sam, you have aged incredibly well, and despite the jokes and the off-the-cuff remarks, you are obviously a great friend to not only Bucko and I, but to everybody here today. And you are, of course, a fantastic husband and father to Harriet and to Francesca. Brilliant. So on that note, Bucko and I would just like to finish with some words of wisdom.
Coming from me, it's quite rich. But we'll go. Harriet, just remember, men are like a fine wine. They start off as grapes, and it's the women's job to stamp on them until they turn into something you'd like to have dinner with.
And some women are also like wine. They start out fresh, fruity, and intoxicating. And they become fuller-bodied with age, until one day they just turn sour and vinegary and just give you a headache.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and raise a glass to the most fantastic, best couple that I know, the new Mr. and Mrs. Tingle!